Okay, using partial quotients to divide. This is one of the strategies that we teach students to use to divide. It's pretty quick, but it also is a little more easily understandable for many of them. So I'll just go ahead and work a problem out for you guys to see. Now, let me do a problem like 367, I'm just making this up off the top of my head, divided by 8. And let's start with using the standard algorithm, which is the way that most of us, if you're probably my age or older, is how you learn to solve these in school, which is you'd start with the 3 divided by 8. You can't do that, so you move on and you do 36 divided by 8, which 4 times 8 is 32, so you go ahead and put a 4 here above the 6. 4 times 8 equals 32, and then you subtract, leaves you with 4. Then you bring down the 7. Now you've got 47 divided by 8. And let's see, 8 times 5 equals 40, so put a 5 here. 5 times 8 equals 40. Subtract. We have 7 left, so our remainder is 7. You get 45, remainder 7. So now let me work the exact same problem using the partial quotients. And it may seem kind of funny at first, but it's actually a little more easily understandable for many of our students. I'll do the same problem just so you can kind of see similarities between the two. Now for this method, I basically take this number 367 and just start thinking, in division, this means 367 shared equally in 8 groups. So I just start thinking, how many do I know I could put in each group? If I have 367, obviously I could put 1 into each group of 8, but that would kind of take a long time, right, to put 1 in each group. So I can start thinking of bigger groups. Could I put 10 into each group? 10 times 8 is 80. I have 367, so I do have enough to put 10 into each group of 8, but I could do more than that. What about 30? 30 times 8 is 240. How about 40? 40 times 8 is 320. It's getting close now. 50 times 8 is 400, which is too much. So I'm going to use the 40 times 8. Let me write that down here. 40 times 8. Now, an easy way to do this, which we teach the students, is that 0 there. I'll ignore that for a moment. 4 times 8 equals 32. Then I'll put that 0 on the end. 320. Now I'll subtract this, because this is how many I use from here to put 40 into each of the 8 groups. So I'll subtract that, 320. So subtract that like normal. Have 47 left. Notice, just like I had 47 left over here, notice I subtracted 32 here. Look at this, 320. So it's very similar. So 47 left. Now how many could I put into each of the 8 groups? If I put 5 into each of the 8 groups, that's 40. I have enough to do that. 5 times 8 equals 40. So I'll subtract 40. I have 7 left. Now when I have 7 left, if I have 7, I cannot share it into 8 groups. If I only have 7, I don't have enough to put into 8 groups. That's how I know I'm finished. So that's my remainder. That part is my remainder. This part is my answer. This is how much I put into each group. So I put 40 and then I put 5. So 40 plus 5 is 45. The remainder of 7. Let's do a couple more examples just to help out here. How about, again, I'm making this up off the top of my head. Well, let's do a bigger number. Let's do a number in the thousands, because our 4th graders do have to be able to divide a 4-digit number by a 1-digit number. So let's take something like 2,561 divided by, let's use a 6. 2,561 divided by 6. So if I have 2,561 and I want to share it in 6 equal groups, I start thinking, could I put 1,000 into each of the groups of 6? Well, 1,000 times 6 is 6,000, which I don't have 6,000. So no, I don't have enough to put 1,000 in each of the 6 groups. So let's make it a little smaller. Let's think about maybe 500. 500 times 6 is 3,000. So no, I don't have enough to put 500 in each of the groups. So I'll back up a little. How about 400? 400 times 6 is 2,400. Right, let me use that trick I just talked about a minute ago. 400 times 6, I'll ignore those two zeros. 4 times 6 equals 24. Put the two zeros on the end. 2,400. Now I can subtract 2,400. 161. I have 161 left. I need to share it in 6 equal groups. So then what about 30 groups? 30 times 6 is 180. That's too much. Let's do 20 groups. 20 times 6 is 120. So I'll write that here. 20 times 6 equals 120. Subtract 120 from here. I have 41 left. Now I'm dealing with a much smaller number. I can much more easily figure out how many I can put into each of the 6 groups. And 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 7 is 42, which is too much. So I need to use 6 times 6 equals 36. Subtract, regroup. 11 minus 6 equals 5. I have 5 left. Now since that is smaller than 6, then that means I do not have enough to share it equally in 6 groups. So this is my remainder. This is my answer. 400. I put 400 into each group of 6, into each of the 6 groups, then I put 20, and then I put 6. So my answer is 426. I just added those together with a remainder of 5. Let's do one more example. $2,891 divided by 9, let's say. Now I know 9 times 300 would be 2,700, but let's say that I forgot what 9 times 3 is. But let's say I remember 9 times 2. 9 times 2 is 18, so I know 9 times 200 is 1,800. So let's say I use that instead of the 300. The beauty of this method is that I'll still be able to come up with the correct answer. It'll just take me an extra step or two. 200 times 9, let's see, 2 times 9 equals 18. Put the 2 zeros on the end. 1,800. I subtract that, just like I did in the other problems. I have 1,091 left. So I know I can multiply 9 times 100, and that's 900, and that gets me close to 1,000. So now I'll do 100 times 9 equals 900. I can subtract. I have 191 left. Now I know 9 times 10 is 90, 9 times 20 is 180. 20 times 9 equals 180. Subtract that. I have 11 left. With 11, I can put 1 in each of the groups of 9. 1 times 9 equals 9. Subtract it. Leaves me with 2. With 2, I cannot share it equally in 9 groups. So that's going to be my remainder. This is going to be my answer right here. 200 plus 100 is 300, plus 20 is 320, plus 1 is 321. The remainder of 2. So that would be my answer. Okay, I hope you guys find this helpful. I hope this helps you guys possibly understand one of the ways that we teach division, so that if you're working with your child trying to help them with this, this gives you another possibility. Thank you.